Anyway, here's part two of the video. We got cut off on time limits just a few minutes ago. Anyway, e-chemistry is a decent way to go, and I think that it has probably close to as much credibility, if not as much credibility, as eHarmony for finding a serious match. The next is Match.com. Everyone knows Match.com. Here again, look at photos here, the examples they show you. Look at this woman. I mean, she's beautiful. This woman's beautiful too. Look at this. You're competing with good-looking people on these sites. Again, you gotta be up to snuff. You can get somebody who's broke down, who's not attractive as your mate, and if you're okay with that, if you don't care about looks and you're willing to settle, that's all right. You know, you can find somebody who, you know, may be overweight or, you know, may have other undesirable physical features, and that's all right. But if you want somebody who's decent looking, man, they're going to have, you know, if you're a guy, there's going to be 100 guys who are, you know, as good looking as you or better looking than you that are also going to be messaging that woman that you like. If you're a lady, same thing, you know, I mean, just think about that. So that's why you have to, you know, really kind of work on your looks. As I mentioned before, uglyreality.com is that website that I first looked at that I think is pretty helpful with that. All right, so here's the next one, Plenty of Fish. We know about Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish has got a lot of total cheese balls and douchebags on here. I mean, you can't avoid it. It's a free site, so there's a lot of monkeys on here, unfortunately. Looks are still going to matter on this. Personality, probably not so much, unfortunately. Personality is probably the last thing that people look at on here. It's free. It's based out of British Columbia, Canada, but it is worldwide. It accommodates people who live in virtually every country in the world. You can look at people by geography. There is a personality profile that can be done on this that matches you to some extent, but to be honest, people on here don't really care so much about that. You'll see people who are on a budget on here who may try and use this as an alternative to eHarmony, who are serious daters. You know, most of the women, to be honest, most of the women who come on here are relatively serious. The guys are total players, though. I'm just, you know, hey, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. They're players, or they're broke down and don't have the cash to pay for the other sites, and they just work it to whatever extent they can. If you're a guy and you want to, you know, be a player on here, well, that's all right, but you better be on your game. Your looks better be up to snuff to be competing with all the other players. Because after the women have been played out a few times on here, they're smart, and there's no way that they're going to, you know, be duped again. So if you want to be Johnny on the spot and be the number one guy who gets all the play, you got to work on your looks. Women, if you want like a decent guy on here, good luck, number one. If you do happen to find a decent guy, man, your looks are really going to matter. Your looks will matter as much as your personality, if not more. First impressions again. So that's my review for the top dating sites today, and this is for August of 2012. We'll follow this as more evolve. We may look at some other sites coming up very soon. Okay, have a good day.